सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतरकला यावली लोभनीयं पीयूषाप्लावितोऽहं तदुतरे दिव्यकैशोरवेशं तारुण्यारम्भरम्यं परमसुखरसास्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गैः आवीतं नारदाद्यैः विलसदुपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलैश्च
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. We have been seeing in this Dashakam Krishna, how he managed his relationship with the Pandavas and Draupadi, how he facilitated the marriage of Subhadra with Arjuna, his marriage to Mitravinda, Satya and Kalindi. It continues in this episode where Bhaṭṭatiri says, पार्थाद्यैरप्यकृतलवनं तोयमात्राभिलक्ष्यं लक्ष्यं चित्वा शफरमवृता लक्ष्मणां मद्रकन्याम् अष्टावेवं तव समभवन् वल्लभास्तत्र मध्ये शुश्रोथत्वं सुरपतिगिरा भौमदुश्चेष्टितानि त्वं चित्वा लक्ष्यं शफरम्. So there was in the shape of a fish at the top. After hitting the target, Krishna has hit the target through what? Toyamatra bhilaksham. Its reflection falling into the waters. Toyamatra bhilaksham. Krishna was able to hit the target, which is the fish. Akrita lavanam api parthadyehi, which could not be done even by Partha. Why that even that Partha? Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha. He was a great archer. Second thing, he had just won a few years back Draupadi through this method. But even he couldn't do it. Api Parthadyehi Avruthaha Lakshmanam Madrakanyam. Who is this lady whom Krishna won through this particular contest? Her name was Lakshmana. Madrakanyam. She was the daughter of the king of Madradesha. Evam Samabhavan. There came into existence all these Ashtamahishis, he says. So we have Rukmini, Satyabhama, we have Jambavati, we have Satya, we have Mitravinda, we have Bhadra, we have Lakshmana. So these are all Kalindi. So these are all the Ashtamahishis of Krishna. So he says, Tatra Ashto Vallabhaha. So thereby you received these 8 women as your wives. Madhye Tatratvam Shushrotha. And the midst of all of these, you heard when you were enjoying. You had 8 wives, you could have had a very large, loving family. In the midst of that, Bhaumadushcheshtitani, you heard the atrocities committed on the general masses, the public, by a king who was believed to be the son of Mother Earth. So, Bhaumadushcheshtitani Surapati Gira, through Who told you about the deeds, evil deeds committed by this person called Naraka, who was regarded as the son of Mother Earth? So he says, Surapati Gira, through the words of the chief of the Devas, who's Indra. Indra came and narrated all the evil deeds committed by Narakasura. Smritayatam pakshi pravaramadiruಢस्त्वमगमो vahan anke bhamam upavanam ivatarati bhavanam vibhindan durgani trutita prita nashonitarasaihi puram tavat pragjyotishav akuruthaha shonitapuram tvam adhirudaha pakshi pravaram. Bhagavan Krishna sat on the king of all birds, who's Garuda, Pakshi Pravaram, Smrita Ayatam, who instantly bought, just through a mere wish he brought, Vahan Bhama Manke, carrying Satyabhama on your lap. She didn't sit on Garuda, she sat on Krishna's lap, who in turn sat on Garuda. Agamaha Arati Bhavanam, and thereby you entered from Dwarakapuri, he entered Shonitapuram, which is the capital of Narakasura. He entered that Pattinam there, Iva Upavanam, and there sporting in the garden. Now see, this is where Bhaṭṭatiri adds the two. He says, Agamaha Arati Bhavanam Iva Upavanam. If Krishna and Satyabhama would walk into their private garden, it will take very little efforts. Similarly, Krishna and Satyabhama entered the city of their enemy as if they were entering their garden. So he says, Arati Bhavanam Iva Upavanam Tavat Vibhindan Durgani. Thereby Krishna broke all the fortresses. Trutita Pitruna Shonita Rasaihi. Thereby when he started fighting the army, the very strong army of his enemy Narakasura, Trutita Pitruna Shonita Rasaihi, blood started flowing for that army everywhere. Akuruthaha Pragjyotisham Puram, thereby you made the city of Pragjyotishapura, Shonitapuram, a city of blood. So it was called Pragjyotishapuram. Now it became Shonitapuram because there was blood strewn everywhere. Murastvam panchasyo jaladhivana madhyadudapatat sachakre chakrena pradalita shira mangshu bhavata chaturdantair danta valapati bhirindhana samaram rathangena chitva narakamakarot stirna narakam. Panchasyaha Muraha udapatat. In that army was a leader, Muraha Panchasyaha. He was an asura called Mura, supposedly with 5 heads. Tvam Jaladhivana Madhyat, from the midst of the ocean. Saha Mangshu Pradalita Shiraha Chakre. He instantly, his heads were severed, got cut. Bhavata Chakrena. Through what? Through your chakram, Krishna, you were able to vanquish that particular asura called Mura and take away all his 5 heads using your chakra. Bhavata chakrena tadaha tvam chitva rathangena, and thereby chopping with the discus Narakam Indhana Samaram, Naraka as well, who was like Indhana Samaram, like that raging war fire. Danta Valapati Bihi Chaturdantaihi. Where was Naraka seated? Naraka was seated on Danta Valapati Bihi. He was seated on the tusked elephant. How many tusks did they have? Chaturdantaihi. They were all 4 tusked elephants. Akaroho Tirna Narakam. Thereby getting him really to Naraka. Krishna fought with Naraka so fiercely that he made him reach the place which was named after him, Naraka. So, Akaroho Tirna Narakam. So, this Naraka who fought Krishna, his entire army was decimated. So was this chieftain called Mura who was killed. And the city looked like a Shonitapuram. Besides, even he reached Narakam. Stuto bhumya rajyam sapadi bhagadattesya tanaye gajam chaikam dattva prajighat ita nagan nijapurim Khalena baddhanam swagata manasam shodasha punaha sahasrani strinam apicha dhanarashim cha vipulam sapadi stutaha bhumya, extolled greatly by instantly by Bhumi Devi, because he is already referred to as the son of Bhumi Devi. Dattva Rajyam Ekam Gajam Cha. Thereby Krishna spared the entire Rajyam. Krishna did not want to annex the Rajyam. So Dattva Rajyam Ekam Gajam Cha. He left even one elephant, because this man was very famous for very many elephants. So, ekam gajam cha, one gaja was left. Asya tanaye bhagadatte punaha. So, the entire Rajyam with that one elephant which was spared was given to Narakasura's son, called as Bhagadatta. Bhagadatte punaha tvam prajigha ita nijapurim. And then you did send to your city, Dwaraka, Shodasha Sahasrani Strinam. So 16,000 women were sent. So now 16,000 women were stationed by Narakasura for a very long time, and their lives were doomed. So when Krishna vanquished Naraka and released these women, for them it was seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, because they thought their lives were over. That is when Shodasha Sahasrani Strinam Abaddhanam Khalena. This Narakasura who had imprisoned them, Swagata Manasam, finally they all said, Krishna, like the Jivatma that is directed towards Paramatma at the end, so are our minds directed to you. Swagata Manasam, Naganam, Apicha Vipulam Dhanarashim. The rest of the elephants and the 16,000 women were escorted to Dwaraka. Vipulam Dhanarashim Apicha Nagana. So Krishna brought all those 16,000 women and hordes of wealth. Bhaumapakhrita kundalam tadaditer datum prayato divam shakradyair mahitaha samam daitaya dyustrishu dattakhriya khrutva kalpatarum rushabhipatitam jitvendram abhyagamaha dattu shrimadadosha yidrishaiti vyakhyatu kritha prayataha divam. Having gone to Devaloka, samam daitaya, along with your very dear sweetheart, who is Satyabhama, whose beauty dattakhriya dyu strishu, put to shame the rest of the Apsarastri there. Datum Aditehe. Why did Krishna go to Svargalokam, Devalokam? To give back to Devamata Aditi. Datum Aditehe Tat Bhauma Pahrita Kundalam. That beautiful ear ornaments that were stolen by Narakasura. Mahitaha Shakradyehi. You were thereby worshipped by Indra and the others. But there is something that happened here. Now for Indra, after hearing the words of Indra, Krishna went and attacked Narakasura, released those women, brought back the lost property of Indra. But there it seems to be a skirmish between Krishna and Indra. That is why Periyalvar says, Ennadan Devikku innappu iyadal tannadan kaanave tanpu marattinai pullugiral. So Garuda came into picture to teach Indra a lesson. So he says, Mahitaha Shakradyehi, though worshipped by Shakra, Hritva Kalpatarum, the entire Kalpaka Vriksham was taken by Garuda, Jitva Indram Abhipatitam Rusha. In the war that ensued, Indra was defeated. Tvam Abhyagamaha, you brought to Dwaraka, Tat tu Akritaha Eva. Now you may wonder, why this skirmish between Krishna, altercation between Krishna and Indra? Vyakhyatum Srimadadoshaha idrisha iti. To just tell the world, when there is excess prosperity, it can lead to a false pride and ego which can cost your own devotion. So Indra is an example. Vyakhyatum Srimadadoshaha tatu akrithaha eva idrisha iti. How it will look like. This is an example. Kalpadrum Satyabhama Bhavana Bhuvisrijan ದ್ವಷ್ಟ ಸಾಹಸ್ರಯೋಷಾಃ ಸ್ವೀಕೃತ್ಯ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾರಂ ವಿಹಿತ ಬಹುವಪುರ್ ಲಾಲಯನ್ ಕೇಲಿಭೇದೈಃ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯನ್ನಾರದಾಲೋಕಿತ ವಿವಿಧ ಗತಿಸ್ತತ್ರ ತತ್ರಾಪಿ ಗೇಹೆ ಭೂಯಃ ಸರ್ವಾಸು ಕುರ್ವನ್ ದಶ ದಶ ತನಯಾನ್ ಪಾಹಿ ವಾತಾಲಯೇಶ ಸೃಜನ್ ಕಲ್ಪದ್ರುಂ, planting that wish-shielding Kalpaka tree, because that Kalpaka tree was brought. Satyabhama Bhavana Bhuvi, on the site adjoining the mansion of Satyabhama. So next to Satyabhama's mansion, in that particular backyard was this Kalpadruma placed. Svikritya Dvashta Sahasra Yoshaha, and having accepted all the 16,000 women, he has brought them. They have to have a social security. Accepted them. Lalayantaha Kelibedehi, delighting all of them. Vihita Bahuvapuhu Pratyagaram, through numerous forms, like how Shaubari Maharishi took. Narada Alokita Vividha Gatihi, praised by Narada, who was witness to all these activities. Narada Alokita Vividhagatihi Ascharyat Tatra Tatra Api Gehe, repeatedly in every mansion with such delight and amazement. Bhuyaha Kurvan Sarvasu, and getting through them very many children. Tanayan Dasha Dasha, tens and tens of children. Tvamhe Vatalayesha Pahimam, when you were able to achieve such deeds which are beyond our realm of understanding, is it tough for you, Krishna, to cure my rheumatoid arthritis? Tvamhe Vatalayesha Pahimam, says Bhaṭṭatiri in this Dashakam.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादि दिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण